of his life before. But he was overworked, overtaxed, and to me, and I'm reminded of him every day because once again, of all the work I've done, I mean, next year is my 50th year as a professional journalist.
That's amazing.
And I don't deserve any awards or kudos. This is my calling. But, if you would have told me I put in a half a century and become a writer, I mean, you're just talking to a guy that could never get on the yearbook staff or write for the school newspapers or was just thwarted in every attempt to be heard. And through not perseverance or determination, I let the music guide me, and now I think all of us are benefiting from the work that myself and so many other people do. But my goal was to maybe write a book. I mean, it's like 20 or maybe I remember I always wanted to see my name on the screen on Hollywood Boulevard at a big movie theater. It was never a dream. I wanted to see my name on the screen because I could go to the movies a lot in Hollywood. And now I'm in all these documentaries and meeting studio heads and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just sort of taking it in, and I just say, it's like Al Kaline, you kid baseball player in Detroit, who I know you like, keep your eye on the ball.
Exactly. I remember this YouTube clip of Elvis singing "Are You Lonesome Tonight?" and he forgot the words. And it was just horribly sad and embarrassing.
So when I saw that happen in front of me at the Long Beach Arena, I said,
was that there?
Yeah, and he wasn't stumbling around drunk. It was nothing like that. But I saw him he was making some errors on stage, whether it be a teleprompter wasn't working or it just wasn't on. And I just said, wow, I could still shut my eyes. There were moments where you heard his voice, that his voice was sort of there, but I just knew that was an unhealthy person on stage. In fact, I will always remember my parents went to see Elvis in Vegas, and my dad Marshall said, your guy Elvis is in the hospital. He canceled some shows. I said, what is he canceled? I didn't know what that meant. And he said, yeah, we went to see him in Vegas, and we caught a show, and then he canceled his engagement for a few days. He's in the hospital. He's not doing well. And, this is my parents were Vegas people, the fans of the 50s and all that kind of stuff. But when your dad says to you, he's not doing well, that resonated. And then when I saw him, I go, whoa. And so I was shocked, but I wasn't surprised. But, he had it going on for so long, and I encourage people to, my favorite Elvis song happens to be If I Could Dream. It's just an incredible tune, and vocally, when I would go to see him, there were times, I could never get a date to go see Elvis Presley with the girls, the purple 55-year-old calling me. It's just, he didn't, we're talking 70 to 75. He was kind of out of fashion with disco music being popular in the emergence of kind of punk and new wave music sort of coming around in 76 and 77. So I would like take my friends or the record label would give me tickets and you'd be calling people at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You want to come out to Anaheim and see Elvis tonight? And my favorite people go, no. Now these same people, because I'm fortunate to still talk to people from elementary school, they all miss seeing Elvis Presley. Every year or two, they'll always say, you called me to go to see an Elvis concert, and I thought, you got right. It's just interesting how it happens,
Absolutely. But I remember that question. You're listening to my answer. You're listening to the word. And there we go. But the audience never put him down.
No. I know it sounds so big.
I picture that you wish you saw. Standing up and below it more. Close your eyes and I'll get you colors with the shade. With the colors shade is alone. With the colors shade is alone. Lift me up against the wall. Jump up and down, push up the ball. Roll it down, down the stone. Lift your hand, raise your heel. With the colors shade is alone. With the colors shade is alone. Star, sitting there with the skylit car, with the bottom all in power, with the weather shade, with the weather shade is around you, with the weather shade is around you.
This road is called Wisconsin Avenue, and it's really, really old. It isn't just older than Washington, D.C. It isn't just pre-United States. It isn't just pre-English invasion. It's pre-human. The story of Wisconsin Avenue begins around 12,000 years ago, at the end of the last ice age. There were humans in North America at the time, but this wasn't their road. When the ice retreated, revealing the rocky banks of the Potomac River, bison began to cross the river at points west of Rock Creek on their yearly migration. From there, they followed the natural contours of the land north and then south again, and the first people of this region began to follow the bison. So when the Algonquian cultures settled this region, there was already a road here. There was already a road here when the English invasion began. There was already a road here when the United States declared independence. There was already a road here when they decided not to aggravate the thing and put a capital city right in between, which, as we all know, went perfectly. I grew up in Maryland, and Wisconsin Avenue is the main artery connecting Bethesda to Washington, D.C. So I've spent a lot of time on this road. My elementary school was on this road, my high school was on this road, as well as so many other landmarks of my early life. And it gives me this little shiver of awe to know that this entire time I have been retracing the steps of a Stone Age bison. This road is
Again, he's an entertainer. These people were entertainers. They were recording artists, but they were there to entertain you, to take you away from your pain, or add to it the pleasure of life. How old was it when you and I came out with Doctor from this first song? I think he was 16. He was a chubby teenager who used to play. And his voice had finally changed. But, he did that song and he had Sullivan Show, and it became a signature, tune for him. But in the middle, it also became called Dreams of the Everyday Housewife. Really, that was a classic.
Somewhere with a broken jaw, step outside but not to roll. I was waiting for you to the moon and after all. With the birds of shadows alone. With the birds of shadows alone. With the birds of shadows alone. Scavengers live which you saw. Standing up that you know it all. Close your eyes and I'll kiss you good. With the bird of shade. With the bird of shade alone. With the bird of shade alone. With the bird of shade alone. Pictures that I wish you saw. So I kept meant to know it all. I close your eyes and I'll kiss you good. With the words I show you. With the words I show What up, baby? Let's go. Yo, something's gonna happen.
When I was younger, I used to wish that I wasn't Jewish. Growing up, I really felt very resentful that in my Orthodox Jewish community, I was learning all the technicalities of how my observance can be perfect, but all the meaning and the beauty behind it just was not taught to me in the right way that I needed. Fast forward, after 12 years of Orthodox Jewish school, I decided to do a gap year between high school and college. My first seminary was not the right fit for me. I got kicked out. I was very rebellious. If you want to hear the story about that, let me know. But my second seminary was the perfect fit for me, and I'll tell you why. At that time when I was in Israel, there was only 3 places that a woman could go where they would have an Orthodox conversion, and my program was one of them. The seminary I went to accepted girls that were born Jewish and were raised religious, Jews that had no affiliation, and converts. And it was a very come-and-go place, so the numbers were constantly changing of what was the majority of who went there. At the time I went, I was pretty much the only born Jew there, and I was so resentful, wishing I was never born Jewish, and these women around me were crying because they wanted to be Jewish so badly in their conversion. And ever since then, I was much prouder to be Jewish, and I had a deep appreciation for being born into the Jewish nation. When I was younger,
oh god, not these fuckers. What's that bitch's name? She knows Kelly. She knows that. Really? Oh, for sure, dog. She's the thing. Khana, you seen this shit? Mary, you seen this shit? Malcolm, you seen this shit? Rabbi broke up to you, you seen this shit? Tanya, you seen this shit? Esther, you seen this shit? Abigail, you seen this shit? Deborah, Goodall, Deborah, just Deborah, you seen this shit? Gal, you seen this shit? Rifat, you seen this shit? Deborah, Katan, you seen this shit? Deborah, Katan, you seen this shit? Deborah, you seen this shit? Malcolm, you seen this shit? And Miriam, you seen this shit? Deborah. Goodall, you seen this shit? Gal, you seen this shit? Yeah, you seen this shit? John, you seen this shit? Raoul, you seen this shit? Barbara, you seen this shit? Yeah, you seen this shit? Sarah, you seen this shit? Zelda, you seen this shit? Rivka, you seen this shit?
If your business faced challenges during the pandemic and you survived, you might be eligible for a
Hopefully you seen this shit.
So visit innovationrefunds.com and qualify to sending money for your business. There's no upfront charge. They don't get paid unless you get paid. Visit innovationrefunds.com or dial 1-844.
But you seen this shit? Exactly, you seen this shit? You seen this shit? Yeah, you seen this shit? Sheva, you seen this shit? Shani, you seen this shit? You seen this shit? Hey, you seen this shit? You seen this shit? Daniel, you seen this shit? Lila, you seen this shit? Tanya, you seen this shit? Nancy, you seen this shit? Kaya isimli Elizabeth isimli Sharon isimli Kaya isimli Orca isimli Truman isimli Fanny isimli Fanta isimli Yellow isimli Orly isimli Karat isimli Sherry isimli Barbara isimli Carrie isimli Happy isimli This rabbi eats pasta the same way he eats pussy.
making costume changes. But I think there's an audience that needs identification. Such a very safe concert to go to, as far as, I don't know if safe is the word, but I mean safe as far as there's no profanity on stage. There's no politics on stage, and I'm not saying that's good or bad. It's entertainment, but I'm meeting some Taylor Swift fans. They treat her lyrics like she's Bob Dylan. And to me, it's a phenomena, and she will have a 30 or 40-year, 50-year career. There's just no doubt about it. She's going to be around for a very long time.
Just truly remarkable. You were mentioning dreams of the everyday housewife that Newton had. But that eventually became a hit for Glenn Campbell, didn't it?
Yeah, it was so nice to hear interstitial music by Cher, because I had mentioned her early recordings were done at the Gold Star Recording Studio, just like and Brian Wilson used the facility as well. And Cher is another person like Taylor Swift. When it's all said and done, they're going to be in the spotlight for 2/3 of the century. And I'm sure when they started, they were dismissed as novelty or, budding talents maybe. But underneath it all, believe me, like you, I've done 3,000 interviews in 50 years. You meet people that have determination and drive. They've all have it. I've never met Taylor, but I've had some encounters with Cher over the decades. And she was one of the most polite, accessible people that I ever met. And this is when she had her on TV show. I did some of the tapings of the Cher show. She would introduce herself to you. If I was at a party or a record company event, she would walk across the room and say hello to a disc jockey friend of mine, or reintroduce herself. And I always made note of that. That she's from Rosemead and grew up in Southern California. And I always sort of applaud the successes she's had, and she's battled some health problems. And, there's some people you cheer for, and she's one of those people for me. And I'm slowly checking out Taylor Swift because I'm just so inundated by it, not just on the web or anything. I don't go check it out. It's just so omnipresent that I should go to a market or a dental office, and the hygienist is talking about the 2 shows she shelled out $1,200 for.
It's crazy. One of my favorites, of course, the voice like an angel, Barbara Streisand. What has happened to her?
Well, I think she recently had a collection coming out. I think it came out like last year. That's somebody else with an over 60-year career. I was around Barbara Streisand when I was a teenager. My mother worked for Columbia Pictures, Raybird Productions, between 62 and 72. She helped type some of the scripts for The Monkey. She was in the stenography pool. And Barbara Streisand, she had a manager who I'm sure she still, a guy named Marty Ehrlichman, and she was a budding star on the label on Columbia 62, 63, and my mother and I went to a Judy Garland show taping in 1963 where Judy Garland and Barbara Streisand, I think they sang Happy Days Are Here Again. They did a duet together.
Great song.
It was